Doobie don't snooze, it's on your back, cause they hate you. Dog break through, son get through, but don't break.
Yeah, man. Once again, you know what it is. You know what it is. It's Parlay with us, man. You got me, Mr. Bean. You got Stony Crook. You got Sean Doe.
I gotta do it, son.
You got Stacks. You know what I mean? We trying to do it, man. We bring it to you guys live, and y'all see what it is, man. It's a Boston's-based podcast. We do it live every Sunday, man. We bring y'all that fire. We bring y'all that athletic wear. You know, that drip, as they would call it. You know what I mean? Anything you want to
right now. I want that. Say that for next show. Say that for next show.
I got some shit right here.
Yo,
I didn't tell the stop.
Hold on, time out. My man said, hold on. Save that for next show. He got He got white people pulling out the orgy. Like, yo, what you want next? Is it this one?
See, I got some shit. You coming next week? I'll come next week too.
Yo, Stacks, I feel you.
We'll have a showdown next week. It's nice.
Oh, you want to have a showdown? You want to have a showdown next week, dog? I got some shit I know you ain't got.
I got some shit that I know you ain't got either.
Listen. You know what I'm gonna do for both of y'all? I'm gonna have a drip segment. I'm gonna bring out your drip gear segment, sports attire, athletic wear, whatever. I'm gonna have to bring that segment because you guys, y'all are just. I have to do it.
Stacks don't want the smoke.
You know what I mean? So coming soon. If you're paying attention out there in the YouTube, Facebook, and the Twitch side of things, Parlay with us. We'll be having a drip segment. We'll show you guys that Hustle and Cook gonna come out with some of the illest drips that you done seen throughout the season as far as athletic gear, hats, and shit like that. Y'all wait for it, man. These dudes are serious about it.
All jokes aside, shout out to y'all though, for real, man.
Shout out to both of y'all. All jokes. It's all love. The competitiveness is love, but you got, y'all got, I'll give it to both of y'all. I'm not on y'all. I'm not on y'all level.
You might see me with a new pair of glasses.
You know what I mean? Y'all doing y'all thing. You know what I mean? Like you said, you might see me with a new pair of specs.
I'm trying to do the kitchen over, Beans.
You know what I mean? Y'all already know what it is.
I'm trying to save every penny possible, bro.
Y'all already know what it is. So yeah, man. If you guys are watching this live, man, shout out to everybody who come through every week on the Facebook side of things, YouTube side of things, Twitch side of things. Shout out to all the different podcast friends that we got out there, Young Bull, Old Calf. They come in, they watch us, they talk about it. Shout out to them. We got another podcast that we've been, looking into. Doe's been a part of. He's been on their show. What's the name of that again, Doe?
It's the MRD
Sports.
Podcast.
Yep, the MRD Sports Podcast. These brothers, some young brothers, they be on there. They be excited. They got their vibe going. That's a good little crew. Shout out to them. They be shouting out us. So shout out to them.
Not next week, the 16th.
The 16th, we got them as a guest. We're gonna have the what is it? What you said it?
Mike
John. We're gonna have Mike John from the podcast show on there, from the sports podcast show on there.
They're good dudes, man.
They're good dudes. Yeah. I watched some of their stuff, yo. I've been watching. I subscribed, so I've been watching some of their stuff. I haven't been able to catch on the old bull. For some reason, they threw them off by algorithm, but I'll get that back. You know what I mean? So I can shout them out, being a Boston's based podcast and homebred, podcast like we are, man. This is grassroots stuff. So yeah, man. As y'all see the title, man, I put it in there. That was just my thinking. The beginning of the title was just my thinking, something I was thinking about just to see what the NBA was looking like and who is the guy. So as you can see, the title said the NBA, who is the new face of the league? that's a question that I have for this panel and for everybody out there who's watching. If you're watching, please jump in, bring me your 2 cents. Who you think is the new face of the NBA? We got some NCAA men's basketball preview, women's basketball preview, because I know Stacks is into both. And then we got the Champions League, the Soccer Champions League. We got the knockout round. Stacks Doe's gonna be bringing you the bringing you some flavor on that. He's gonna give you some knowledge on what's going on the knockout round. I think it's the round of 16. We're in something. We at the round of 16 right now. So guys, we got a good little slate ahead, and we're gonna get it started. Let's get it popping with the NBA, man. What's going on in the NBA? I know the Celtics lost a couple games back to back. They redeemed themselves today. Stacks, Doe, Cook, what do y'all think about the Celtics the last couple of games that they lost? That Detroit game, actually losing that Detroit game, because I'm not to be winded, but losing that Detroit game kind of like nationally put Detroit back in conversation. Right after that win from Detroit against the Celtics the other night, it was like something that was headlined through your app on your phone, ESPN, all that shit, say Detroit's back. They've been in hibernation for the past 10 years plus, and they're now back. They seem like they're flourishing. They're bringing out something different. So with that being said, with the Celtics 2 loss, one of them was to the Detroit. We're gonna get into more NBA talk with that. But what y'all think about those last 2 games and tonight and today's game?
So quickly on the Celtics Cavaliers, I'm glad that they played that type of game, because that is a perfect example of a team that shot their way into a loss. And that's what the case was with the Celtics in that game. They shot too much when Cleveland was hanging around, making their runs. We didn't slow the game down. And I'm hoping that they learn from that game, especially with a team like Cleveland that could come back. You know, the Celtics dominated the whole game until the last 7 minutes of the fourth quarter.
That's 8 minutes.
Right. So what was happening? Poor shot selection, poor play, not moving the ball around, bad play calling, not recognizing where they're at in the game, the score, and the team they're going up against. They didn't take all that into account. They just figured that they could shoot their way into the victory, shoot their way back into a large lead, and that just wasn't the case, man. They shot the ball too much down the stretch. They didn't drive to the paint, draw fouls, get to the line, slow the game down, and stay in control, because they was in control of the whole game. So that was my observation with that. I'm glad they had that type of game. I love the fact that the Celtics lose those type of games, and I'm glad that they play those type of games, because that's the type of competition they're gonna face in the playoffs. And the Celtics, they need to get it together. They need to learn how to play down the stretch when the shots are not going down. They need to figure out how we're gonna get scoring from other ways than just shooting the ball beyond the arc. So I that game, I'm hoping it's a learning curve for them. And today was a great bounce back win for the Celtics, and I'm hoping that this team continues to learn, and everything they're doing now, man, is just to get ready for that playoff push.
Just to put into that, the Celtics took care of business against the Denver Nuggets 110-103. I don't know who was the major players in this game, but yes, they came back off the 2-game losing streak and was able to pull out a win today. So, Stacks, what is your observation on what's going on with the team? What do you think about the 2 losses? One to the Cleveland Cavaliers, the other one to the Detroit Pistons. Yes, they won a good game today. Yeah, they beat Denver. Denver's not no slouch, right? Right, exactly. So I mean, that's like and
Denver came in hot. Denver came in on a little.
Tell me, I'm glad. Good to know, because I didn't know where Denver's at right now.
any team Jokic is on is going to be good. Pretty.
Right.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
we can't forget about Jokic. That's what I'm saying. We can't forget about Jokic.
Best player in the world. I mean,
right.
I'm conceding to that now. I mean, he just is. Anytime he motherfuckers are walking triple double, like easy triple double too, man. Some of that shit he was doing today is like this fucking dude, yeah, man. Like
it's
just
incredible.
blowing by people off the dribble, just making he never makes the wrong pass. It's never a bad. He made one bad pass and Al jumped it. But I think Al shocked him and he think Al was gonna move. He said, but Al moved. But Al, that dude Jokic I salute that dude. He's a tough out, man.
Great player, man. Great player. I salute him too, man. Great player, man.
So
I think
go ahead.
The Celtics I just thought the Celtics need to win that game. This to shut Cleveland up. They gave Cleveland a little bit of life with that game, man. I really do. Cleveland in their minds thinking if they healthy, y'all niggas didn't beat us with a full squad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In their minds, they thinking that. And you gotta win that game with JB. Tatum with almost a 41-point triple-double. JB 37. When your two best guys, absolutely nothing. I mean, D.Y. has 16, but you wouldn't have known that unless you looked in the damn scoring book. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta win that game. You just have to win that game when your two superstars show up and play like that, man. That's period.
Right. No, that's facts though. I didn't even see the game, but like you said, just by the numbers that you called out, both of them. It's not just one superstar scoring 40 points. You're talking about both of them or in them numbers. They should win the game. That's just hands down.
16 and 9 from your best player, and then 37, 8 and 7 from your other guy, man. Somebody else got to come up and step up and help them two dudes out. I'm just saying, like, and I blame that loss on Missoula fully. I mean, in no way Sam Howell should be playing no 38 goddamn minutes. And he didn't make no adjustments, man. He made no adjustments. He allowed Donovan to do whatever he wanted to do. You got to run a double at Donovan. Everybody know what Donovan wants to get to that right hand heavy. And when he gets to that right hand, it's over with. And nothing you can do. It's nothing you can do. And Missoula didn't make no adjustments. Then he went to a fucking zone. Like, why you go zone for? Like, they shooting the lights out.
That was the worst. I'm
telling you, that dude just got put, plain and simple. I blame that loss on him. And not only got blamed on him, he got out fucking coached. Period, dog. We should have won that game, and I would have sent a nice message to them, like, y'all niggas y'all had to make a trade, and you still can't beat us. But it is what it is.
Yeah, that's what Celtics, Celtics has to, remember we talked about this a couple weeks ago about the fine tuning after, the break, and they came out the break hot. Yeah, that's true. Celtics did come out the break hot.
They did.
But you're right, Stacks, as far as sending a message to the team on top of the Eastern Conference right now. Letting them know, you might be on top of the East because of numbers, but when it comes to who's the real dog, they should have been sending that message. So, Doe, I got that same question for you, man. What do you think? How you feel about the Celtics with the last two losses? Yes, and plus a comeback. No, not a comeback win, but a redeem yourself win today against a great team in Denver, great player in Jokic and them. What do you feel like the team? Where you think they at right now? How you feel? What's your grade, basically?
Real quick, my bad. It was MSD. My bad, bro. I was thinking
MSD. Okay.
MSD. But as
MSD
far as
Sports, yes. Shout out to MSD Sports. Yes.
But as far as that, real quick on Detroit, I told everybody at my job to take it. I wasn't surprised, and I wasn't even mad about that game. Detroit was on a heater. They wanted that game. Like, it is what it is. We was on a back-to-back. Still, we still was in it for a while until they came out and did what they did. And they shout out to them. But as far as the Cleveland game, this is my issue, man. And I know you hear me on the group chat, and I know Stacks is right. It is what it is. It's the offense they run. But what I would like to see them do more, when they up when they up big like that, I notice they still do a barrage of threes. I would like them to force the issue to slow the momentum when that team's coming back and just try to get an easy bucket inside. It helps a lot. Momentum. Stacks, all of you guys know, but Stacks, as a coach, when if you're up by 20, you get it down to 12, and you shot the ball the last 2 threes, you don't even have to call the timeout. Joe, or not even just Joe, someone call it easy, get something easy on the inside. Do it, drive to the basket, force the issue.
Right.
Usually, sometimes when I see that kind of stops momentum. Some teams are just going to keep going on that run. But when you continue to shoot them into the game, I see them doing that a lot. They don't sway away from who they are. And I guess for me, they won a championship like that. So I guess for me, I can't say that doesn't work. But I just think it's hard to play those percentages all the time when you continue to shoot that thing. I think D-White made a few shots, went down there, not today, the game before. Tatum, Hauser was forcing the issue. If Hauser's not hitting his shots, he shouldn't be on the floor. I'm sorry. If he's not hitting those threes or whatever he's doing, he should not be on the floor. You signed Torrey Craig.
Not no fucking 38 minutes.
Not 38 minutes. You
Right.
signed Torrey Craig for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying Torrey Craig, I told Stats, I'm not saying he's Bruce Bowen, but man, he's a better defender than do something different. And when you went to that zone, Garland doesn't really play that good against us. He's good, but he doesn't. We usually have an answer for him. It's Mitchell. Once you went into that zone, you gave Garland confidence, and he started going on. And Mobley hit a few shots. And you know what else is something scary for me, fellas? You might agree or disagree. Their rebound is been like, even when they full boat, their rebound is an issue. They got to tighten that up when they get to the playoffs. Second chance points, rebounding. But that being said, this last month, I'll give them a B+, man. They're playing well. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and – I know I'm the doom and gloom out of all of us.
No. I know what you're saying. No,
this
I feel
last
you.
month, they turned it around. I just wish when they get up big like that, man, force the issue on the inside, get a couple more easy buckets. Tatum did it today. He took 2 shots that were like, bro, how you – probably 1 or 2 people in the world could make those shots, and he did it twice in a row, and they called him on it. I think Doris Burke said, you can't make a living taking those shots. And I wish they just force the issue more inside when they going on them running, them threes ain't hitting, force the issue inside to see if that could, slow the momentum. You don't have to call a timeout. They know what they're going to run and not run. I'm not really too big on that, but call a play that will get that momentum switch when you see you guys slipping away, 8 run, 10-0 run, 12-0 run. Instead of coming down and hucking a 3, move it on the inside. See what you get on the inside. But overall, though, I can't talk that much. They've been playing well. Were they 8 out of their last 11, fellas, or something like that?
Something like that.
Yep.
And Tatum's playing on his mind. He had, today he didn't even really have a bad shooting. He didn't take no shots really. But after taking 40 shots or whatever, I get, I want him to continue to play how he's playing. I don't care about scoring titles and doing what Shea and them do, averaging 32 a game. I'm not saying Shea ain't a great player, but for what we do, he has to be that facilitator. And I don't mind him continuing to do that. I just wish in the 4th, though, he'd be a little bit more selfish. And that's how I feel about what they're doing now.
Nice observation. I like what you're saying about the Celtics on the things that they need to clean up. I feel the same way. And yes, they shouldn't be losing those type of games, right? I didn't even watch both of them games. But Detroit, even though as up and coming Detroit is, we're the big brothers. We should have handled that business, right?
No, but that Detroit game, I know I didn't touch on it, but they I think they was on a back-to-back on the Detroit game.
Yeah,
that Detroit game,
it was.
With a back-to-back, and they wasn't at full strength. So that game, that's what in the spread.
I think that's on JB sat, right?
And Detroit playing well. So
yeah, the spread was only 3 points.
Side.
So
Right.
they expected the Celtics to like, be close and possibly lose. So I don't really put too much stock in that Detroit game because they had Cleveland coming up. So they was kind of gearing up for Cleveland. Whenever you got that big game coming up, and then you got like a mediocre game in between, usually those teams lose those type of games. Not giving them an excuse, but I'm not putting too much into that.
Yeah.
Into that loss.
Detroit. Listen, Detroit might ease in the second round this year. I wouldn't be surprised if they beat somebody in the first round, caught somebody.
I agree.
They got some pieces on that team. I think Cade Cunningham. If I had a vote, I vote Cade Cunningham third team all NBA. By the way, he's playing.
Some people were saying second first.
I would vote him third because it's his first goal.
Yeah, I get you.
But I definitely would put him on the team. Cade, I seen that kid play in high school, and I knew he was special then. He played on the team with Scotty Barnes down here. But I knew he was good then. And I'm happy to see he's always been good. That team just been bad.
Yeah, they've been bad. The Celtics too. He always killed them. Even when they were bad, he always played well against us. He always
he played pretty good. I like that forward Thompson. He's pretty good.
Yeah, Thompson.
That's the sword in the side. That's the twin. That's they twins. Him and his brother. His other brothers on Houston. That's
his other brother on Houston, and he's getting busy too.
Getting busy.
Yeah,
that motherfucker crossed JT all the way back to St. Louis in that game.
Yeah, those
I like that.
JT was a meme all weekend over that game. You seen that shit?
Yeah.
He said back to St. Louis. I like that.
He had him twisting and she had that nigga doing the hula hoop twist.
He sure did.
Yo, I gotta look at some of these teams, man, especially Houston. I want to see how they play.
Houston, they definitely gonna get out the first round. I see that team going pretty deep in the playoffs.
So what else is popping, fellas? I know this. We talk Celtics. This is Boston based. I'm going to get into some other topics real quick, and we're going to just move. You got
to talk about the Lakers too. I mean, we
that's what I'm saying. What else? No, I'm not moving nothing along. I'm not moving nothing along. And as far as NBA ball is concerned, I'm saying I got some other questions, but let's move along from the Celtics. We already talked about our hometown team. Let's go inside the NBA now. Not to copy anybody's, branding or anything like that, but let's go. Let's shop around the NBA.
Yeah, we can say it because we're not called it. We can say
yeah. Let's shop around the NBA. What do y'all think? What else? How y'all think about what's going on in the NBA? What other teams y'all think? The Lakers. He mentioned the Lakers. What's going on with the Lakers? What's going on with Luka? What's the deal?
They doing exactly what people expected to happen when Luka arrived. It's going to be less load on LeBron with the ball handling. LeBron now could focus on the scoring, and he could focus on rebounding, and he could focus on running plays. They playing some good ball right now. The size, I mean, I haven't seen it catch up to them because that's what people was worrying about. They size, after losing, they big man. But man, they playing some good ball right now, man. They got their mojo. I mean, Luka looked like he looked like he's fully invested, man, in this team and this season. Like, they going for it, man. And I've been checking them out. They're gonna play tonight. They played a good game against the Clippers the other night. They playing some good ball. They keep what they doing. They're playing
the Clippers tonight.
They're gonna play them again tonight. They're gonna play them again tonight. But the first game against that was a good game by the Lakers, man. They slowed the game down. They controlled the game throughout all 4 quarters. And man, they've been winning some good games, man. Shout out to them, from a distance. But yeah, the Lakers, they're a team to pay attention to right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I said it. I wouldn't doubt it. I know LeBron's not washed up, and obviously you got Luka adding another scoring. That's scoring. We talked about that. That is scoring. No matter what shape he might be in, this dude could be.
He's a facilitator, though. He's like a LeBron in a way. Like it's crazy. He's like a LeBron. He's big. He could handle the ball. He could pass. He could score. He could do whatever he has to do to win a game or to make a good play or to make. I mean, when you got 2 guys like that has the jack of all trades, man, I mean, I didn't know how it would work together because they like the same. I see them the same, but man, they making it work. They're making it work. And if anything, LeBron looks fresher. He looks, man, he looked like he got younger. As soon as Luka got here because he's scoring with ease. He just looks good out there, man. With Luka, Luka's taking a lot of load off, taking a big load off LeBron.
That's good. Let's see what they do with it.
Good together. They playing good together.
Maybe this might be his going out. You know. What else y'all see? Stacks though. What else y'all see going on in the NBA? Anything hot? And like I said, I got that question. I put that question up for you guys, and I still want the question answered because I have to ask that question. We got 2 superstars on our team that I think that's what do you call face worthy, right? But who's the face? Who besides? I'm asking you guys the question. What other teams that's hot out there and what's going on? Stacks and Doe. We'll answer that question after you guys tell me what teams y'all see. We could go with Doe. What teams do you see right now on the West besides the Celtics on the East? We talk about Cleveland. We talk about this one. What else is going on out there? I know y'all going to say OKC.
I want to stand by it. I mean, it ain't a popular, but you know, it's just my opinion. I just want to, if it's a big if AD's healthy. I've been telling me and Stats, we're talking this week, you know, if AD's healthy, in my opinion, and one thing I know about it is, as much as he hurt, when he comes back, it's not, he usually just come, man, I don't have the numbers. I'm just a fan of the league, and I've been watching the league my whole life. When he comes back, it don't take him long to just fit right in, and, you know, I just want to see how they are. Obviously, still Minnesota, still OKC. Like I said, I'm not going to deny their greatness, man. I won't. I'm not going to be trolling and saying, no. I just think that West is so loaded. And then you got the Lakers, like you said, coming out. Like, you know, I knew Luka is good. I knew he was going to play well. My thing about the Lakers in the playoffs, are they going to keep up? Because right now, their defense is actually was winning them games. It ain't. Luka's been playing well offense, but he ain't been giving you the stat lines he usually gives you. It's their defense. The defense has been playing well ever since they got Vandy back. Vandy's been playing well on defense. Jackson Hayes has been playing well on defense. I thought he was, you know, not a disappointment, but he's showing his mettle over there. You know, you got that kid Goodwin. Was he in DC? Was he on the Wizards Stacks or the?
No, he was a G League kid. They just bring him in.
Because I know he would kind of bounce around a little bit, right? He's been balling. That West is loaded. But like I said, for me, just me, I just want to see how Dallas looks when they get Gafford, Davis. I don't know when Lively's coming back. I'm hearing he might not come back. But seeing where he goes, where they go when they get them back. I just liked how they looked. And I think he's one of those players where he fits in seamlessly because all they're asking him to do is defend at a high level and rebound and do what you do on the scoring end. And the touch on the face, I know I brought that up in the chat. For me, man, Richard Jefferson, who I don't like, not personally, but I just don't like I just don't. He made a good point. The problem is with the NBA is we're trying to compare these guys to Jordan and LeBron and Kobe. And like, you can't, as great as these guys are right here, you got to let that play out, man. These guys are still 25, 26 years old. And I'm thinking, I hate to say it because, you know, we old school. It's the new way of doing this new generation, that collab thing. I think it's going to be a collaboration. I just don't think one guy, because if you look at the top guys,
that's a good way to look at it.
If you look at the top guys, there's not one. Take Jokic out. I love Jokic, but he's 20 going on 30. I'm talking about like Shea, Donovan, Tatum. Those guys are so kind of in that scene. No, one of those guys, in my opinion, ain't so head above shoulders above each other. You know what I mean? Going forward. And you got these new guys, and you got Wemby coming up. So I just think and people don't never talk about this a lot. You not only do you have that Tatum area, you have that Wemby generation too. There's basically like 3 generations playing right now. That's how good the game is right now.
Good point on that. And then Luka too. Yeah.
I'll throw him, man. He's definitely there.
And that's
what it is with the face of the league. This is a lot of the guys that, in my opinion, are the face of the league, they're quiet.
Yeah.
You know, they're not making too much noise. So a lot of people don't hear about them. You know, they're not, because before this, I say the face of the league, the reigning face of the league to me is Durant, Steph Curry,
LeBron.
LeBron went through it.
LBJ is the leading face of the league by far.
He's
It's not even.
Definitely.
This,
But there was a time where it was
Durant.
There was a time Durant and Steph was definitely up there, man.
My bad crook, but Stacks made a good point though. That's what I'm trying to say. Like LeBron was the guy. Whether you liked him, didn't like him, you knew he was the alpha. He was the guy. I don't think anybody in his, like Crook said, another great point. None of these new guys like Shea, especially Shea and Tatum, those guys they're not gonna wow you. Andy Edwards talks and shit, but still, it's Wemby ain't out here making any headlines. And I don't mean by getting in trouble and fucking OnlyFans chicks. I'm talking just like promoting themselves, like the promotion. And LBJ did it really. It's not that he promoted himself. He was that good where he was always
promoted.
There you go. Good. Thanks, B, for bailing me out on that one. But he ran with it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see any of these new guys. To me, maybe it changes. I don't see any of those new guys really taking a twist because these young kids, you guys know, these kids just want to hoop. If they get in that paper, none of these dudes really, you ain't seeing Shea on 60 Minutes and whatever he's doing, he could open up schools like LeBron, but you ain't gonna hear about it. And I'm not saying that's a flaw with LeBron. He's not gonna tell you what he's doing. Tatum's not gonna tell you what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just think that's part of it. But the media, that's why I brought it up. The media wants it to be these guys to have this certain dog in them and attitude and all this. But some of these guys just don't want to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? These guys, like even when Harden was, you could say he was probably the best player. I ain't gonna say the best player, but he was scorching 30 points, 40 a game, all that. What was he known for though? Strip clubs, and
the strip club. Yes.
So he was a national figure, not because of his game, because of his game and what he was doing off the court, as far as who he was dating.
Yeah, Harden changed the game.
He did. No, he did for sure. That's what I'm saying. So
Houston
he didn't get that props like he should have got. When people see Luka come out,
he did though for the younger kids. He sure
no,
did.
for sure. But overall stats, what I'm saying, like the whole thing, not just a section of people. Like some people didn't like Harden. So
yes,
Harden was giving you 40, 10, and 10, and people didn't.
Harden. Listen, when I was coaching, Harden was that guy for them kids.
No, for sure.
I remember being in the hotel room huddled up. You can say what you want. James is the only person that took that Golden State team to a game 7 by itself. And that those step back threes, those Euros and that shit, that's James Harden.
No question.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That face of the league shit for me is fucking Tatum, bro. I mean, I ain't gonna say that shit. For me, it's Tatum. Pause. No homo. The nigga has the look. Ladies love the nigga. Ladies love him. All right, I'm gonna say if you sitting now, you girls chill. Oh, there's Tatum. Like, you go look outside. When he come out the hotel room, 70% of people waiting for Tatum is the ladies. The period, point blank. Not only is his game is tough on the court, off the court, he's marketable and he has the look.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you right now.
He's clean. And he's clean.
They laid back, man.
And that's the thing about LBJ that made him take over the face of the league because he was very marketable. And LBJ, say what you want. Those people behind LBJ, that machine he has, he put those guys in that place.
Yes.
You know they didn't come. Yeah. He didn't already sign up and jump with them guys. Like he put those guys.
He put those guys. He put it all together.
Tatum has the opportunity to do that. He's still young. He's battle tested. He's been to the playoffs every year. He's been in the league, Eastern Conference,
and he won a chip. He's been up against some of the best, LBJ, Steph, all them, and he's battle tested. And like I said, he got that marketable look to him. That's true. That's 100% right.
Every company around is getting in line so that dude can do a commercial. You see him everywhere.
You see him everywhere. Yeah, that's true.
On the bag of Skittles the other day, like this, you know what I'm saying, like everywhere. Now I'm telling you, the NBA wants that squeaky clean guy.
so they could put him out there. And
he just got to win, and it's a guarantee if he come through with one more. If he comes through with one more,
it'll be a great thing, man. Because all the best of them won back to back. I mean, we could go on and on, man. Back to back in NBA is a nice stat to have, man. Nobody can take that away from you, man.
That's a cushion. That's a cushion. That's a good cushion.
Back in NBA is gold, man. It's gold.
Yeah, back to back gold. Definitely.
All the great ones went back to backs.
All the great ones went back to back. That's right. That's right. Isaiah,
except Duncan though, Stoney. He was skipping.
Oh my goodness, he went all the odd years. That's what they did. They went every other year.
But this dude Duncan's looking like Bob Marley. Is he still looking like Bob Marley?
Still looking like Bob Marley.
Dreads and all.
He's from Virgin Islands though, right?
Huh?
He's from the islands though.
Yeah, he's from Virgin Islands. Yeah. And I think that's where they say. I don't know if he's that. I forgot where they say he be residing, but I think they say he be down in the islands. He be down in Virgin. Like he's living like one of them smooth life.
Just laid back. Yeah, he ain't
laid back.
He over there coconut juice in the morning. Take a little,
I think his son playing ball.
Yeah, he is. His
son's playing ball, but he's living that smooth life. Like he ain't on mansion and yachts and shit like that. Sandro Pay and all that shit. He ain't doing not saying that he don't do it or probably do it. You know what I mean? But he don't. It's not like you said. It's not advertised. Tim Duncan is one of the to be a great. He's one of the low on the low. When I mean, like he doesn't.
He doesn't like that public attention.
He don't like that public.
He don't like that spotlight at all.
He don't like the spotlight. Yeah, he was on someone's podcast, and I think it was like they kicked in. It was because he was his man's. That was the only reason why he went on dude's podcast.
Yeah, the whole Spurs team is low key though.
He don't go on nobody.
That's
true. That's true. Ginobili. Where's Tony Parker? You don't hear Tony Parker.
I seen Tony at the Houston Rock. Not seen him, but I was watching TV and he was at the Houston Rocket game the other night.
Okay, but think about it. All these podcasters that's out there with superstars who's running podcasters, right? That's what makes it hard for us when you got real deals on the street, guys on the street, on the concrete, trying to push a solid grassroots podcast. But when the superstar ex-athletes push the podcast, I haven't seen, and you're totally right about that, guys. You don't see too much of the ex-Spurs running up on podcasts talking about their days as a Spur.
Nah.
That is true. You don't see them. Them dudes is on the low. Like
they live a different life.
They live a different life. They do. They sure enough do. You're right, because you don't hear you. Everybody else is talking. Everybody's talking. You don't hear them though. And they won chips, man.
A lot of them.
Right.
What Tim he got? Stoney 5 of them things, right?
He got like 5 of them.
Yeah, 5. That Spurs franchise, they won 5 championships since the 99 50 game season. They won in 99. Then the odd numbers came in. They won in like 03, 07. Then they won not 09, but they won 03, 07.
That was during the era of Shaq and Kobe too.
2013, 2015. Like,
Stoney, that was during that Shaq and Kobe era when nobody was Kobe,
they dethroned the Lakers. They're the reason the Lakers team as we knew them with Kobe and Shaq, they ended that. They ended that. That's run. Right. They ended that run. And that was in 03 because the Lakers were going for a 4-peat. And they beat the Lakers. I don't know if it was the conference championship. It might have been like the second round, but yeah, they smashed the Lakers that year.
Yeah, that was really Duncan coming out party because I remember he gave Shaq that work.
He gave Shaq that work. Yes.
Yeah. So let's move on, guys. Thanks for giving us that little.
I think that's what Shaq gave him that name, Big Fundamental, off that.
That's right, because he worked in that game. Shit was off the glass, all kind of crazy shit. I remember. Don't think I don't remember. He was kissing shit off the glass on him.
Little angle backboard joint.
Angle backboards. He was hitting J's. right? From the corner. Sweet, yo, Stacks, you know, that little twist.
Up under Kevin McHale shit. Like he was
up and under. He was giving that little, hitting Jays from like 13 feet, kissed the backboard in the hoop. Like he was, fundamentals, he knew how to use that board. You see that square?
Yeah, he did.
You see that fucking square?
Yes. Yo, his backboard game, but you know what?
His backboard game behind it.
That's how he used to shoot when he was little. When he was little, that's how he used to shoot. He used to shoot. He was comfortable shooting that way when he was coming up.
That's how he trained when he was little. Everything was, he didn't worry about the swoosh. He wasn't on the swoosh. He was off the board. Everything.
And from the corner, he was so good off the corner, right?
That's what I'm talking about. That corner when they just kisses. Yeah, when it just incredible. Like just
that was the scouting report on him was you can't let him face you up. That was the scouting report. Like you want him with his back to the basket. Once he turns around and use that swing through and that opposite pivot, your ass was grass. What nothing you could do, dog.
Duncan was a great player, but I like to see
Duncan was a great player.
I like to see players like him do more like interviews because I like to hear their knowledge of the game, man. I get it, he prefers to stay, but guys like him need to be out here talking and reminiscing about the Spurs team and how he found his way and all of that. His backboard,
his playing style alone. His playing style alone. If a young kid today mimics that and watch Duncan and come back to the NBA with that, he's gonna be dangerous. You don't see that now.
I don't think you're gonna see that though. He was just so gifted with that, man.
That's what I'm saying.
We're blessed to see that.
That's what I'm saying. Think about it. Now, reason why I'm saying I say it in a hypothetical way because everybody mimics somebody at some point. That's why LeBron got everybody's style in him. He got Magic, he got Jordan in him. You know what I mean? He got a little bit of everybody in him. You know what I mean? Because he mimics styles. That's why LBJ can fucking run the point, play small forward, play power forward. LBJ could play all of that shit besides center. And if you playing small, he could probably get in there too.
And certain small ball lineups, he probably can't play five.
That's what I'm saying. He probably can. In certain small ball lineups, he can't. So that's what I'm saying. He watched people. He got his game from everybody. Shaq got his game from people. A lot of people got their game. I'm just saying, in the future, if someone like you just said, Stoney, if someone was to say, "Wow, who was Tim Duncan?" and they watch Tim Duncan and try to say, damn, this dude's game style was nasty. I'm going to learn how to play like that. I'm talking about a young kid. We might see that again in our future before we retire.
Shout out to Pop. Shout out to Pop. But he did put a hell of a team around him too.
Of course. Yes, he did. I think that the 2003 Spurs, I think that was the best.
Ginobili Parker was like, having Ginobili and Parker was like, you wasn't losing when you had them two with Tim.
03, 05, and 07. That was so 99, 03, 05, 07, and 2013 with Kawhi. That was the.
Yeah, I forgot they had Kawhi too.
Oh, I forgot they had Kawhi.
That was the layout, man. But that stretch though, like how they would.
Wait a minute. Hold on. So you're trying to tell you're going back to 03 with Kawhi?
No. I was talking about the Spurs winning odd numbers. They won consecutive odd numbers years. I just couldn't put the years together, but I just remember.
No, I was because Tony on them last two. You remember that shit had transitioned into Manu and Tony's team. Duncan was there.
Yeah.
Duncan was there, but it was you're right.
It was Manu and Tony.
It was more Manu and Tony. It was more
Manu and Manu Ginobili. When he came onto the scene, and that's why I said to me the 03 Spurs team, I think was the best one out of all of them. I think that 03 team was just special, man. And shout out to Bruce Bowen. You talking about a journeyman. You talking about a guy that was like a has-been, and when he came to the Spurs, he's a big reason why the Spurs won that 03, 05. His defense and his smarts, his intelligence on the court. That team was special, man. That 03 team, but yeah, 03, 05, 07, and like T was saying, when Ginobili came onto the scene, I don't know how he used to get his shot off because I felt like he was such a slow player
Man, you crazy.
He was unorthodox.
No, he was slow to me. The way,
oh no,
the way he used to shoot. You didn't think he's like,
yeah, he was methodical. Yeah, he was.
Was
He was
kind of
methodical.
so.
Nah, man, y'all. Manu was special, dog.
Yo, no, he was
No,
special.
he
I know.
was.
He didn't have no quick release though, fam.
His release was
Manu,
like so.
y'all don't understand. Manu, first of all, he was lefty. That was number one.
Lefty.
Second of all, the nigga was quick in space. He didn't have to be ultra quick like Tony Parker was the fast one. But you get too close to Manu, he was gonna ginsu your ass. He was gonna cut you.
Yeah, he would. He'll blow by.
That Euro step came from Manu.
That Euro step. That's
that
right.
Came from Manu. That shit came Manu when
he brought that in.
When the USA and the Olympics was going across the water, and Manu was busting our ass, and that's what got him into the league. Every USA team that played that Argentina team, Manu would line it up. Yeah, get out of here. Fuck out of here. Like, that dude, KG just said it on his podcast. He said Manu's package was crazy. They said if Manu wasn't on that Spurs team, they felt Pop held him back. Like they felt that Pop held him back. KG said that. He said if he wasn't on that Spurs team, he would have been crazy. But I'm telling you,
like
that
big
left
time
hand, that in and out dribble, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, his dribble was nasty.
And don't get it twisted, Stoney. He'll go to the hole and bang that shit on your ass too.
He'll bang it. He'll bang it.
You're right, Manu. We forget about Manu Ginobili in his young, and Tony Parker was nasty with the ball.
Florida, man.
You know what's crazy?
Bread and butter.
What people don't realize about Manu, he came off the bench. You know what I'm saying? He was
man.
He came off the bench.
He came off the bench.
He came off the bench. Then they tried to start him for a little while, and then he decided to come back off the bench. Like that's how tough he was.
In the end, he did. In the end, he came off the bench too. The championship with Kawhi, he came off the bench.
Yeah, that year they beat Miami. He came.
The year they beat Miami, right.
Hey, that's the year when he went to the hole and threw that shit on LBJ and Dwayne Wade. Remember that shit?
And Manu was different. And they should have won the year before. If it wasn't for the Island.
Yep.
That was some bullshit. That was game 6.
Mm.
And they would have won the series, right? Yeah, they would have won the series, Stacks.
Yeah, that's Manu. Manu was the one that right here get you going 2 dribbles hard, 2 dribbles right, and throw that shit behind his back like unorthodox. Your ass be tied like a shoelace. Like, oh,
that is true. He was nasty. He was. So let's move on to slate. NCAA basketball, man. Let's get some talks about that. There was a basketball weekend this weekend. There was some games out there. Stacks was highlighting some games on our thread, on our text thread. How was the games this weekend, Stacks?
All of them, but I thought it was some great games this weekend. Actually, it was really
okay.
Really was some great games. That Tennessee was crazy.
So Tennessee shocked and took care of business on who they beat.
Alabama.
Game winner.
That's a big win.
Alabama, they beat Bama.
Number 4 and 5 teams in the country. That shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. that shot from
yo, man. That was the best game. I don't watch as much as I watch enough. Trust me, but I don't watch as much as Stacks. But I watched enough.
Mm-hmm.
That game, honestly, that could have been the best basketball I've seen all year for me personally. Bro, that game, I thought I was watching the tournament game, but basically that was for the 1 seed in the you know what I'm saying? Because the game has some stakes to it. But man, the coaching, the strategy, the playing hard, bro, that game was crazy, bro. The crowd.
Yeah, crowd. That Tennessee crowd
is something else.
It is. Shout out to there's a lot of good players. Tennessee, Alabama. One of them 2 might still be a 1 seed though. They could still possibly ease, depending on how they do in the conference.
Projected that way, but
the conference
could. But it ain't
if both of them meets the conference final, because that SEC conference is nuts. But if both of them go to the conference championship, there's a slight chance.
But it's not
be a 1 seed.
It's not. Obviously anything could happen. You've seen the committee do a lot of different things, but you know who I want to shout out, bro? Seriously, bro. I know he he did some stuff for the Celtics back, but Pitino, man, got that same. No one wants to play that team in the tournament, bro. No one wants to play that team of Florida. Those are the two teams where even though Florida's ranked high, but those, you know, Michigan State, we talked about all that, but
Pitino's in St. John's?
St. John's team, bro. That team is lit, bro.
They lit. They're like what, number 3 in the country right now?
They're 5.
Yeah, I think they be in trouble.
They rank. I don't know about now, but they rank number 7.
I think they'd be in trouble if they run against some guys with like if they run against like a team like Florida, or a team like Auburn, or even Alabama. Because why? They don't have the wings to guard their wings. Their wings are huge. So that's going to, now they got the guard play to contend. They do. They got the guard play right there. Yeah.
That kid, they got the guard play, but you're right. But I'm just saying, I'm not picking them to win. I'm just saying I wouldn't want to play them. I know they're 5, but they weren't even ranked, I don't believe, when the season started.
Nah, they wasn't.
And I'm just impressed with what I've seen with them. Now, Seton Hall gave them a push, but that's a Big Ten. You know, that's a Big Ten, Big East.
Mm-hmm.
Seton Hall ain't good this year, but they pushed them. But those are the type of games, when you see those type of games where you get the teams that are coming for your head. It's like that was another game. That was like a tournament game with Seton Hall. I know it wasn't, but you know how I don't know, do they still do that if the low seed wins the tournament, it's an automatic bid? Stacks, they still do that?
If the low seed wins, you got to win the conference tournament.
You got to win the conference. So Seton Hall was playing like that. I know it wasn't a Big East tournament, but they were giving them all they had, man, and they impressed me. In Florida, man, I like that team too, man. I know I think they ranked 3, right?
Number 3.
Yeah. I know they're not a surprise team, but like those are the teams I like. Those are the teams I'm like, okay. You know, you got your Duke, you got your Auburns, you got your teams that are looking that we know. I don't think, even though with Florida number 3, at least on a lot of what I read about, not saying no one's taking them not serious, but a lot of people ain't picking them, and that's a team I don't want to see either. But I was funny because I was thinking of Stacks. I said, damn, Stacks was in line. I know Arkansas record wasn't great, but they losing to South Carolina about 40, bro. Like, come on, man.
Told you about Cal, man. Cal. Let me tell you something about Cal, man. Cal may be done, dog. I'm telling you right now. He may be done, dog.
Yeah, because they laid down that game. They laid down that game.
Done.
They need all these games, Arkansas. They need all these games.
And that loss might have got him out.
You're right, Stats. I think that loss got him out.
What y'all think about UConn?
I told you at the beginning.
Yeah, Stacks called that.
Sold on that UConn team. I just wasn't sold on it.
Stacks called that.
I don't like their guard play. Whenever you seen Stone, you always seen UConn team have a pro, and you knew it. You know what I'm saying? You always seen UConn when they made runs, Stoney. There was always that one guy on UConn team like, yo, that kid is a pro right there. He don't have one this year. Now next year he got some guys.
They're not ranked.
He recruited his ass off. He got some guys.
They're not even ranked.
He got arguably 2 pros next year, but this year they ain't got nobody who could beat you off the bounce. They shoot the 3 ball okay. I like they big. The Solomon Jones kid. I like the Solomon kid, but I just ain't no fan with that UConn team. Well coached though. You're gonna have to beat Hurley. I'll give you that. You're gonna have to beat Hurley.
You got to beat him.
You got to beat Hurley.
They'll make it out the first round.
Yeah, Stoney, listen. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. I'm telling you right now. I'll call it right now. Stoney, I'm telling you.
I think they're good.
I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna see where they fall in terms of the seeding, man. Because if they fall at number 12, or what do you think they
got them at a 10? They got them at right now. They got them at a 10.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that's tough right there.
You know what I'm saying, Stoney? Listen. If they go against that, I think. Listen, don't be surprised if they lost in the first round. Now, with that being said, Hurley's good enough to coach him out the first round. I'll give him that. But I'm telling you, them players, I just ain't sold on them. I ain't sold on them guys, man. I'm just not sold on them. They had the one kid, the other kid that went to Mount Verba, Cooper Flagg. that was supposed to go to Indiana. He's there now, but they said, oh, he's a pro. I said, that kid is the G League all day. But
Cooper Flag? What happened to Cooper Flag? His name was out there.
Oh, he's wilding, man. He's getting bucked wild over there.
Scoop's still number one pick.
Yo, he's bucked. Yo, Duke is wilding too. I mean,
Duke's
you gotta think about Duke. Duke's smoking everybody.
Duke's a 1 seed.
Duke's a 1 seed.
Yo, they
only thing about them though,
they smoked somebody. They smoked somebody 100 to 67 or some shit.
They wings and they bigs, but they guard play is real suspect. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Right now, they winning games because of their wings and their bigs. But I'm telling you, they got good bigs and their wings are solid.
Yeah, usually in the tournament, you have to have a good backcourt.
You gotta have, you got that. You gotta have at least one guard that could flat out go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He gotta be able to go. And that's why I like Auburn. Auburn got 2 of them.
Well, you know what? You know what discussion we need to have, maybe down the line, maybe next week. At some point, we need to. Who's gonna be that next FAU? That San Diego State.
Oh yeah.
Like what teams?
We need
to look at that. Yeah, when the bracket come out, yeah, we need to go over that because every year there's like a FAU.
There always is a team,
San Diego State team that just come out of nowhere, man, and make it to
you know who I watched a little bit of. They ain't bad. St. Mary's.
St. Mary's is always decent though.
Yeah,
they're always decent.
They always beat Gonzaga.
They're in the same conference with them. They play them 3 times.
Gonzaga cannot deal with those dudes, man. They cannot. Yo, they lost to St. Mary's the other day. Then they smoked the next 2 games. They smoked the team and shit.
Yeah,
it's like yo, they got problems with St.
That been a battle for a couple years now with them 2. They're in the same conference. So when you play somebody 3 times, you got to get them once. And usually St. Mary's always gets them in the conference tournament for some reason.
My question to you fellas: when is the conference tournament for basketball?
It should be coming up next week because
next week.
Next week.
Yeah, because everybody claim you see kids holding up trophies for winning an outright conference tournament. So now the conference
it's usually the first, the second. So that would be like the 10th through the today? Would that be the 9th through that week of the 9th?
Yeah, it's gonna be it should be some games should be next. Actually, some teams.
The lower teams, I think the end of this week, maybe like them like the Colonial or whatever.
That shit, like the league, like BU and them is
Yeah.
They might be this week.
Okay, that's good to know. So that means we're coming up close on March Madness then.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
Good. I mean, I know today's the 2nd, right?
It officially starts on the 14th.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. A lot of basketball, and I know it's been a lot of college basketball. There's games today on a Sunday. Like,
you guys gotta have y'all brackets.
Yeah, there's games today. Like, I never seen. I mean,
I do a couple of them, Stoney. I'm in pools.
I do a couple. I do about 2 or 3. But
yeah, that's cool.
I do 3 at the most.
I'm heavy on that wagering, man. I'm shit, man. I'm gonna be. We'll talk about it that week and stuff. I'm definitely gonna be betting on some games, man. Definitely.
So we're gonna have to throw some wagers, some bets, some Stony Crook books out there for the fans and for the people out there, so they can try to make some money. So when this March Madness really start kicking off, man, you guys gonna have to pay attention and watch the show to get some of these odds and some of these good picks that Doe and Crook gonna drop on y'all, man. So make sure y'all around. We will be doing a game for the March, a show for the March Madness. We're gonna try to get on here heavy during the March Madness fiasco that's gonna be going on for the few weeks. We're gonna try to give y'all some hot takes, some hot shows. Depending on those games that go through, depending on what type of games that piques our interest and the outcome of those games. So we'll try to come live all the time. We're always live. We never pre-record our shows. We'll try to come live. We'll, bring it to you guys live during the March Madness. So be prepared to see Parlay with us, give you some footage on some gems on March Madness as far as picks and stuff. Look out for that. So with that being said, we're about to end this out. But before we end it out, one last thing I want to give before we give Sean Doe the mic. Guys, how was the combine this week? Who's faring in the combine? I'm giving us 2 minutes to answer these questions. Who's looking like the dog in the combine between wide receivers, QBs, running backs and a good defensive end or defense or linebacker. What do y'all see real quick? Tell me if y'all been paying attention. I haven't. I know Shador hasn't participated in the combine, and as I was telling y'all in the thread, from what they saying, that is going to hurt his draft stock. Maybe his pro day will change the game. They saying that not, it doesn't really matter because a lot of guys don't really. There's, within history, these new young kids, some of them don't participate in the combine. They do pro days, and I know about the pro day thing, but I think Shador. I always had a question mark on Shador. I don't care about the numbers that he have or whatever. I just, as far as an NFL quarterback, I gotta ask that question. We'll talk about that in the future, but I don't see him. I don't know where I see him as an NFL quarterback. It's kind of like an enigma for me. But so, guys, who's out there? Like, did y'all hear any noise in the combine? Any noise, sneaky noise? Besides Ward looking good,
I'm not going front, man, because my schedule. I don't know all of our schedules is crazy. But
exactly.
The big question as far as the Patriots go, I can tell you that Will Campbell. I guess the big thing with him was his measurements in his arms. I guess he came under the average. I think it's 34 inches, and he came in at 33 or something like that. And I know Mason Graham, the defensive lineman / linebacker out of Michigan, came in a little light on the length of their hands. I watched everything, man, but I'm not going to tell you I watched the combine. But that's the news I've heard out of there, and that's something that the Patriots. As far as not just to be on my home team, but that's the only news I kind of followed. I
understand.
What's his name? Abdul Carter. I don't know if he's getting. I don't think he's getting the surgery. So I think he's going in there with his pro day. I think is in a month, maybe. Stacks might know. They had an issue. They found something in his injury he had that they gave him the option of getting surgery. He'd be out for 2 months. Without the surgery, I guess the doctor said he wouldn't need the surgery. He could just rest it and do his own pro day,
Yep.
And I don't. And you hear, I'm hearing that Hunter might drop to 4, and that's gonna be. We could.
I heard
the
that.
draft's coming up, so we could talk about more of that towards the April portion. But that's gonna be a decision, man. I know that that they're gonna have to come up with if they're gonna want to draft for talent or draft for need. And if you draft for need, you go for Campbell. But if you're gonna pass up on a Hunter or that kid out of Arizona State, is he that receiver? I think they brought him in. Stacks, the receiver from Arizona State.
They brought him in, but you can get him like 3rd round.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, man. I haven't really. Those are the little tidbits I follow, just having it on in the background when I'm at home.
Good. Anything from y'all other fellas on the combine? I don't have to really get into it. We just gonna give y'all 1 more minute of it, and then we're gonna move on. Anything on the combine?
Quickly, shout out to the Virginia Tech running back, Tootin. He ran the fastest
he's climbing the charts.
440. Yeah, he ran the fastest 440 so far, the 4.32. So he's the fastest right now running back out of V-Tech, man. Usually that's what I pay attention to. Who's the fastest motherfucker?
Yeah. That wide receiver out of Tennessee, though, he climbing the charts too. He killing
Yes, he's climbing the charts as well. And I still think Boise State running back, he's gonna go high in the 1st round as well.
One thing about him, though, it shocked me though. He's small, bro.
He's
small.
So
I wouldn't take him in
I thought he was a little bigger than that, though.
Stacks.
Well, I mean,
remember we had a guy like that. We had a guy like that, White.
Who? White, but isn't those small
James
guys?
White.
But
James White was small.
Well, he wasn't an every down back like Ncaa, every down back.
He's gonna have to catch the ball out the back.
He's gonna have to catch the ball.
He's gonna be like to me. He's gonna be like an Eckler.
That kid ain't no 3rd down back.
I ain't picking him up.
No, he's not a 3rd down back. Hell no.
I ain't saying that, but he's gonna have to be a catch passer,
He's definitely gonna have to catch a lot of passes out the backfield.
Yes. He's gonna have to.
But he's gonna have good. He's definitely going in that 1st round. Definitely. He's the most polished running back in that draft.
Running back from North Carolina is pretty good too. He's good. I wouldn't be surprised. He's bigger than him, and he does the same shit that he does, and he played in the better conference. So I don't know. Them two running backs. I guarantee you, Jerry Jones is watching them two guys. He's watching them. That's one of the picks that may go to either one of them two guys. Like the Cowboys need a running back.
They need a running back. How the hell they got away with that last year? I don't know, man. Like
because they brought back Zeke. They brought back Zeke. But think about this. No. Think about this. The Cowboys got rid of Zeke for Homeboy, and he didn't pan out. Right?
Cool. Pollard. I don't know why they got rid of Pollard. Pollard, I don't know what was the money.
Pollard was solid.
They should have. Why they got rid of him?
Why they got rid of him? That's Jerry Jones, being what you mean?
Jones, he was supposed to get Derrick Henry. That's what happened with Jerry Jones. He's just stubborn. He's hard-headed. They told him Henry is our guy. Yo, Henry goes to that Cowboys team. The Cowboys would have made the playoffs.
True.
And I don't think Prescott would have gotten hurt.
Yeah.
True.
It's just that he's stubborn, man, and it's starting to catch up to them. It's starting to catch up to him. Jerry Jones' ways, it's starting to catch up to him, man. And yo, they've been catching
up to his ass. That been catching up to him. But let's move on from that. I just had a quick questions on some NFL. We got lots of NFL to come up in April with the combine. I mean, with the draft and everything. We'll get into that.
Hold on. Hey, Stoney, what you think about Deebo Samuel to Washington? That was big.
That's big.
That was huge.
Yeah, that's a big move.
Great acquisition. He's going to. I think he's going to a great system.
Healthy.
He stay healthy.
He stay healthy.
And I think he will. I think he will because they're not going to use him as much as the San Fran use him because the other guy McLaren is kind of in a way he's kind of a similar wide receiver that likes to catch it and run for those yards. So they're going to probably use him in a way where he's not going to be in a situation to get. Because San Fran used him as a running back. They used him.
They were bugging. They
used him heavy. I think he's going to a system where I think he's going to be able to thrive. I think that was a great acquisition for Washington because it's going to be hard. The wide receiver market is going to be really hard. You're going to have to do stuff like that, trades and get creative, man, because everybody's going to try to go for that wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a good. I like that. I like that acquisition.
Good acquisition. I'm glad you brought that up. That was on my mind stacks to talk about.
Adams about to get released
from the Jets.
They're about to release him.
The Jets is done with that. They done with all that Aaron Rodgers shit, which is good. Fuck that.
Devontae got some shit left in the tank too.
No,
yes, he do.
I like him. He got some shit left in the tank. I like him. But the Aaron Rodgers, whatever. The Aaron Rodgers show is over with in New York, and I'm glad it is because he's trash. He might end up in the Washington though. He might end up with the Giants though.
I think I'll retire if I end up there. I'm sorry.
He might end up with the Giants.
That wouldn't be good for him. He might.
I don't know. He might end up.
I'm done. If my last option is the New York Giants as a quarterback, I'm done, dog.
You should just wrap it up. You should just wrap it up.
He should just retire, man.
You should wrap it up. Yeah, you know me. I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fan. I never was. I always gave him his props for being a superb athlete, a superb quarterback, but he's a friggin' nutbag. Like the dude got I don't know, like Doe called him something a few months ago, and that's what he is, man. The dude's just sicko.
You thought they was gonna run it back with him. I knew they wasn't gonna run it back.
I knew they wasn't gonna run it back. I knew that wasn't happening.
That injury when he got hurt, I think that year when he got hurt, I think that was their year. I think that year they would have made some serious noise if he doesn't tear his Achilles, man. They would have made some serious noise. I think it just set them back. It's just football.
But he's done. I think but truthfully, at his age, bro, with the speed that he's getting rushed at, that he got to play at, that Achilles not working at that speed anymore at that age. I'm just telling you. I don't give a fuck, athlete or not. He lost that step and a half.
He still can sling it. I give him that.
No,
he's gonna get a job.
I'm talking about step and a half, though. When I'm saying step and a half, though, Stacks. When the age catch up to you in the game, he's becoming an old man. The same way Tom was. He's an old man. This is young boy shit now. And it showed it last year.
Quarterbacks are starting to play old. How old is Stafford? Stafford got to be up there by now.
Yeah, Stafford.
Shout out
like
to David Burns, man, all the time, man. Shout out.
Like
Number one parlay with us, subscriber David Burns out of City Hill, Texas. Shout out to David Burns.
Stafford,
How
old is Stafford?
Stafford's up
37.
There, 37. He's up there. He's 37.
I'll tell you.
I know what you're saying, those stacks. The quarterback is lasting, but that's if you're really
getting hit a lot. If you don't get hit a lot,
there you go. You're not getting hit a lot. Exactly. There you go. I just don't like Rodgers. That's just me. Let's move on.
Yep, 37.
Yeah, let's move on. Yeah, 37. I think they announced that the other day.
He was born in 88.
He just got 88. Damn, we was outside already.
Shout out to the Rams for not being stupid and letting that man go.
Yeah, shout out to the Rams for re-signing them and not letting them go. Yo, Crook, we was outside already.
We was outside, man. We were outside in 88. We was in diapers. That's crazy, man.
Yo, that's crazy. This dude was in diapers and we was outside already.
Yeah, we was in downtown, man. Lafayette Mall.
Lafayette Mall.
Shout out to Lafayette Mall. Word.
Shout out to Lafayette Mall, downtown Boston. No longer there, but that was the shit. So let's end the show, man. It was a good show, man. I know we always do this, man. We go over because we don't see each other for a few days or even chop it. We do a lot of text thread, but when we get on the show, man, we got a lot to talk about. It is always sports. You can see we just ramble, all sports. We ain't talking about nothing else. It's just all sports. We have so much to catch up on, and we still got more to talk. If it was up to us, we'll be on 2 hours are passing. This shit will be still going on. So
we gotta save it though. We gotta save it.
No. We always gotta save it. What I'm saying. No. What I'm saying is that's why we always go over people. We could if we continue just by our conversations, our shows could be 2 and 3 hours long just by the conversations alone. They were right. They were. We had to reduce it. We had to put things in a little small boxes.
We had to trim the fat.
We had to trim it.
Even if it was good fat.
With that trimming of the fat, let me just answer David Burns before we move on to he said, I just watching Flame on Tubi, written and directed by Lamont Hockley. Let me see. Check it out. The movie. Check out the movie when you guys get a chance. Yeah, Dave, we'll definitely look at that, man. I'll look at that, man. It's called Flame on Tubi. I'll look at that, man. I don't have Tubi, but I'll download the app and I'll go from there. So let's move on. This is Sean Doe's stuff. This is Sean Doe's genre of sports that he loves. He bets it. He makes money on it. I love soccer too. I'm an island boy. I never played soccer in my life, but I just love the game, the speed of it. The endurance of it, and even the nostalgia of it. Soccer has a nostalgia that we don't really understand here in the States. So with that being said, shout out to Sean Doe. He's going to give you guys some Champions League review or preview on what's going on in the knockout round of 16. Go ahead, Sean. You got that.
So I'm just going to get a matchups because the actual games start this week. So the actual 16 starts Tuesday and Wednesday. So I'll give you
Man United got kicked out of FIFA. They're no longer in the cup standing. Go ahead.
That's a whole different. That's the FA. That's a whole different.
That's FA. Yeah, no, but I was saying I think that team is that team. Like that's why I said it. The team needs retooling. But go ahead, go do your thing.
So real quick, we got Club Brugge for Belgium Pro. They're playing Aston Villa. This is the first leg, and we got the monsters in this tournament, fellas. We got Real Madrid's playing Atletico Madrid. That's like Yankees, Red Sox. That's the first round matchup, which is crazy. You got PSV playing Arsenal, Dortmund playing Little French League, Fenerbahce playing Inter, Paris Saint-Germain playing Liverpool. That's probably like a matchup of the.
That's a matchup.
That's a matchup for a first round.
Yeah.
That's a matchup and a half. You got
Bayern a matchup and a half for real. Paris Saint-Germain and Liverpool.
And that's like, bro. That's the equivalent of Lakers. I know it's different. That's like the Lakers playing like you know what I mean? Like one of those Oklahoma City in the first round. That type of matchup.
Yeah,
Lakers,
yeah.
Oklahoma City. That's the type of like.
That's the kind of game it is. Yes,
Kinda
yes, right.
in the
Right,
first
right.
round, you getting that.
Yep.
You got Bayern, you know, the powerhouse of Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Playing Leverkusen, another German team who actually won the Europa. No, they actually lost Europa last year, but they were on an undefeated streak last year. But they're playing, and you got Benfica out of Portugal playing Barcelona. And you all know Barcelona. That's like, you know,
right.
The Yankees and Red Sox.
The Yankees are exactly right.
So
right.
Those are the matchups. I'm not gonna go in depth. I just wanted to get the matchups tonight. So the first leg is this week. So I'll give y'all like next Sunday, I'll give y'all some results and a little bit more in depth about how the games went. I actually had a decent, I bet a lot of French Premier League's was on holiday because they play the FA Cup. That's like their in-season tournament, how the NBA has their little
there you go.
In-season joint.
In-season
that
shit.
Going.
Yep.
This week. And you're right, yeah, Man United lost. And that
I think
team
Brighton beat.
Yeah, I think Brighton beat them, but that team
Brighton beat them by points, right? Because Brighton took care of
Yep.
Brighton took care of Newcastle this week, I think yesterday or something like that.
Yeah, I think they played. Yeah, I think they played. Yeah, they played yesterday. So
they played yesterday. They beat Newcastle yesterday.
I was
Man, you tied with whoever, and that's why they lost. So yeah, that in-season tournament, the FA Cup. That's why Premier's on the break. I noticed that. It's hard for me to keep up, though. I'm trying, but I know how it really goes.
Honestly,
bro, it's so many leagues.
Bro, it's
hard to try to
You just gotta, to be fair, bro. If I was anybody on this that want to get into it, even if you gamble, bro, like even if you just want to get into it, because this is it. This is their time of year too, as far as how every other sport, this is the stress run. Like I would just follow the first. I'll just go follow the La Liga, French League, Bundesliga, Premier League, obviously.
Premier, yep.
And if you want to, there's other leagues, but those are like the top 4, like, that you'll follow. I'm not saying those are the only Premier Leagues because you got Dutch, Belgian, Ireland. I mean, they got so many different, when this tournament starts, fam, there's like 160 different, bro. It's like they cover every first league division. So every first league division, whether it's Scotland, Belgium, Portugal, obviously it's tough to follow, man. It is. If you're not really into it,
if you're not really like, that's what I'm saying. It's like how Stacked is a basketball fan. You got to be in soccer.
You know what I compare
what I mean?
Stacks? Following the NCAA, how there's so many teams. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many teams. The only thing is NCAA is consolidated into one. This is all over the world. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I ain't gonna front, man. I won big last week. This week I ain't gonna lie. Stoney, you gamble. I didn't know what I did, Stoney. You know when you get hot, I was on a hot streak. You know when you get hot and you're like, yo, I should just take a week off. I cashed out some winnings and I took my profit, cashed out, and then I was like, I was up hot, I was up heavy with the money I kept in my account. And this has nothing to do with soccer. This is just in general, man. I started just gambling on tennis and fucking.
No, you getting too crazy.
Tennis. Yo,
that was hard, bro. Like because I'm one of them dudes. When I have a day off, bro, this is how it is, real quick. I have that sports package, bro. So I'm watching PGA. I'm not sitting there saying I'm watching the whole thing, but I watch a PGA. And these soccer games start at like 5, 6 in the morning. Remember, this is Serie A. I didn't mention them. We're entering them. That's like basically the 5th. They start at like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. on a Saturday, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Today, 6 a.m. But what I'll do is I'll come back to it next Sunday. I'm working this Thursday, so I might chime in.
No, we'll come back at it Sunday. We'll come back at it Sunday.
First leg results. We'll just go through the slate with the first leg results and go just a little in depth. You know what I mean? But this is like I said, you got Real Madrid, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Barca, and this in the bracket. That's big time. So the teams that are supposed to be there are there. You know what I mean? And I'll come back to it next week. But I appreciate you guys letting me get my little
real quick. I mean, people out there, if y'all watching, if you're paying attention, you like into soccer. yo, check us out. We're gonna give y'all some of this Champion League information. We're gonna give y'all some of this all the different leagues all the different cups that's going on right now in Europe. They got a bunch of shit going on. Doe's in tune with all of it. So next week, Sunday, we're gonna give y'all that first leg, what's going on the first leg. Doe, real quick, one question I gotta ask you, because Man City, that Man City Saint Germain game is like on top of my head right now. What day that game going on, and do you have a time for it?
Liverpool.
Liverpool, sorry. I don't know why I said Man City. Liverpool and Saint Germain.
It's Wednesday, and I know it sucks, bro. I gotta work that day, but I'll definitely be on my phone. Trust me, I'll definitely have that in some shape or form. Let me double check. I believe it's Wednesday.
In the AM
at 3. No. These are at 3. All the games are on at like 3 o'clock.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's a good. Like I said, if you work morning, whatever, it's you know me, my schedule's all over the place. But they're playing. I got 1 second. Yeah, they're playing 3 p.m. on. No, they're playing Tuesday 3 p.m.
Okay, that's a game, guys. Try to catch that game.
And real quick,
if you know what I mean.
This is just my opinion. If you gamble on soccer, this is just me, and you're a novice, do not gamble money, guys. It's not easy because it could go in a draw and go to penalties and all that. There's other bets you could do. I always tell people try to look into the goals. Try to look into it's
I bet tough. Under all the time. I bet under in every soccer game.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. And then I'm one of those people who I bet targets. No, for sure. Like I watch it so much. I'll bet individuals targets, corner kicks. It's crazy. But you go down the whole deep.
You could go down the deep rabbit hole with that one.
We'll be here all day. But as just because it's a knockout round, so there's definitely it's not going to be no. Everything's on aggregate. When we aggregate is who scored. So if you score the first leg and second leg, so whoever has the most points at the end, obviously,
right.
But away goal costs for 2. So when you score an away goal, it's 2. So if PSG is playing Liverpool, which they are.
Mm-hmm.
If they're, I don't know where they're at. Say they're in Liverpool. If PSG wins 1-0, they go back to France. Actually, up 2-0.
2-0. 2
Liverpool
points.
Have to win by 3. So I'll get into a little bit of all that.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Yeah, that's a complication about how they do their scoring and how they do their championship run scoring and stuff like that. But we will get into that on Sunday. We'll drop a little bit more, spend a little bit more time on soccer, on the Champions League, give y'all some knowledge on it. Doe will be ready to give y'all some knowledge, and I'll be there to back them up because I do pay attention a little bit. And we'll be back on some March Madness and NBA. This is that type of season we're in right now. It's basketball, it's soccer, and baseball. We'll have some baseball talk too next week too. Let's just drop it all in there. Red Sox might be back. Might be relevant enough to talk about this season to keep on the map. That might be something that you'll see going forward. We really don't put our time into the Red Sox, so y'all probably see us putting some time into the Red Sox this season. So with that being said, guys, it was a great show. We went over the clock a little bit, but we had so much to cover. It's been a week. I will see you guys hopefully on Thursday. If not Thursday, we'll be definitely back on the scheduled time, Sunday, 7:30, parlay with us. So with that being said, Stacks, you're into that game, bro. I don't know what is going on, but you're into the game. What game is it?
Nah, I'm just looking at some scores. That's all.
Yeah.
Stacks is looking at it. Stacks is out there shopping for his next fire ass outfit. He's
he's mad smooth about it. You look like he's just he's chilling.
He's just chilling. But I know he's either watching a game or
I'm checking out some scores, but I'm just checking out the score of the fucking. I wonder how Cleveland came back on that game right there, man. That shit's crazy.
Cleveland was tied at halftime, though. They were tied at halftime.
Nah, Portland was blowing them by.
They was busting their ass, but no, when I just looked before we went on to a segment, they were tied 43-43 at halftime.
And the Knicks came back too. The Knicks were getting spanked by the Heat, and they came back in overtime and won.
And they won the game?
Yeah, Knicks won. They were losing by
and they was getting spanked. You're right.
No,
so you got, huh?
That's the scores I was looking at. This games y'all just said. Like, damn.
Yeah, nice. So, man, with that being said, any last words for the team before we sign off?
I'm out, fam. Love y'all.
Thursday.
All right. We'll see y'all Thursday. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, God, to make moves. Doobie, don't snooze. It's on your back, cause they hate you. Dog break through, son get through. But I'm break.